All right, what is up, fan
The
out?
Zoom meeting just let me know that it was being recorded. Thanks for telling me that, even though I already had been informed.
Yeah, I think it does that for everyone. Like, whenever I have teachers do that, it lets me know too. So it's odd, especially if it's a really, it always comes in the worst possible timing for me because they're always saying something important when the narration comes on.
I don't remember it doing that when we were. Wait, did we record any of our Zoom meetings during the pandemic? I don't remember.
I don't think we did. We used it mostly for just brainstorming ideas and general meetings. But yeah, this is the first time we're
Uh,
doing this, y'all.
that's why I hadn't seen that before.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen now. And I mean, y'all read the title of the video. Once this gets up on YouTube, you know what we're reacting to and what we're gonna be talking about. Basically, it's I mean, this is just a few days before the actual Hazbin Hotel series drops. Like, not the pilot, not any extended cuts of the pilot. It's literally the show.
What?
Say what?
It took how many years, but it's out now.
Yep. Okay, the screen share should be
Well,
up.
almost out.
Let me know if you can see it.
I can see the screen, but it's not moving the mouse unless you're not moving the mouse.
I'm not
Oh, there we go.
moving the mouse. Oh,
There we go.
now I
Now,
am.
okay.
All right, so I'm going to make this full screen, and what we're going to do first, just to refresh our memories on what's going to be happening, we're going to watch the season 1 trailer, and then we are going to talk everything in terms of reacting to what we just saw, but also our personal expectations for what we want from the show itself. I'll warn you guys, I'm sorry, my fellow fans, but in terms of me and Saphira's opinions of Hell of a Boss so far, we liked season 1. Season 2 is kind of shaky, if not outright bad sometimes. So, yeah,
And we'll get into that during our discussion.
true that. All right, so I'm going to make this full screen and let's react to the video. Video starts in 3, 2, 1.
Well, hello there, you wayward sinner. Do you like blood, violence, and depravity of a sexual nature?
Oh, Daddy, Do you really expect me to memorize this whole script?
Of course
Yes.
you do. That's why you're in hell. What would you say if I told you there was a place to stay that had none of that? Welcome to the Hazbin Hotel. Your
Everyone's
last
so
desperate attempt at
excited.
salvation starts here.
So, what do you think?
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. One note. This place is about second chances to convince heaven the people of hell can be redeemed. Hi, mister.
Go fuck yourself!
Yeesh.
Have you ever wanted something that was so clear in your mind that you could taste it?
You're gonna help sinners?
Fucking hilarious!
It's a feeling like a rumbling in your gut.
I just hope what I'm trying to do here will work.
Are you fucking high?
Here, hold this. Oh my god, oh my god! For the first time in my life. Holy shit, why? Ready for this, ready to be the...
We got 24 hours before the
Oh my God,
extermination
everything's
begins.
on
Let's get to
fire.
work.
And although I kind of feel unsteady, now I need to be ready for this.
They're gonna fucking die. They're gonna die.
For the first time in our lives, we know that we are ready for this. We'll show heaven a fight they won't forget.
It's time to take a stand.
It is time to lend a hand against the angels and
Huzzah.
their deadly threat.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go to war. Prepare to fight. We're ready for. It's time I remind everyone why I'm here.
I really hope that I'm ready for this.
I'm a bad man who never got enough hugs. Where's an innocent kid I can sell crack to? Who wrote this?
It's great, right? Keep going.
All right, so that's that. Okay. So, just based off of that trailer, what do we think?
I think we're starting to kind of see what the Hazbin Hotel universe is going to look, or what just what Hazbin Hotel in general is going to look like. Not that we have too much to go off of
Yeah.
before this trailer, but I think like we're starting to see some of the angels are in this trailer. We saw Vox for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about there as well. Like we're clearly going to see quite a lot more than we saw in the pilot, and even what was announced prior after the pilot. So we got a lot more to see here. It looks like.
Oh yeah. I think that also, if I rewind a little bit, and this should be better with this rewinding since it's YouTube and not Disney Plus. Um,
Yeah, for those who didn't see our Owl House reactions, whenever we tried to look back for an example, it always froze.
hmm I think it was in the most replayed section of stuff. I'm pretty sure there was one character that I recognized from the pilot that didn't get any speaking roles or any plot relevance really, but I just saw her standing right next to Charlie and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." I wonder if she's going to become a main character, but I think it's nope, not yet. A little farther back. Ooh. Oh, here it is. This one on the right.
I swear we've seen her before.
Yeah, I think like at the very beginning of the pilot, I think it's that this lady is she's like on top of a building and she's crossing out a name on a sign because she hired someone to kill that person.
Well, and yet she appears buddy buddy with Charlie there. So I was, oh, where's that gonna go?
Mm-hmm. This literally could be just for whatever musical number they're doing in this, or she could be a character that's going to be at least featured in some episodes. I don't know. But you would think that if she was not going to be, she would be like blacked out like the rest of these characters back here.
Yeah, so background Alistair's there too, so that might be for a musical number, but I don't know the
Yeah,
content yet, so we don't know.
that makes sense. I think also, if we go back to the when she starts singing first. Okay, we got our first like major look at the angels in terms of not just like online comics, it's actually seeing them in motion.
There is an angel.
And I think also this is one of the predictions I have, or at least I can't really say prediction, but maybe more of an expectation here because if there's two groups of people or two groups of hell species and heaven species that we have not seen a lot of in the pilot or in Hell of a Boss in that universe, it's the angels and the seven deadly sins because the thing is that with the angels all we know is that they massacre the demons and the sinners once every year, like that's what we know about them, but we don't see them as characters yet. And the seven deadly sins, we've met some of them and we know some of their personalities, but we don't know what their purpose is and how they run different rings. We haven't seen them very much in a professional capacity, except for maybe Osmodius. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of that kind of stuff come up because I really, really want, like, if they skip out on the angels and just make them stereotypical villains, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah. From what little we've seen of Heaven so far, my prediction is that it's gonna be more twisted than we would expect. Like the cherubs in Hell of a Boss, they're just kicked out of heaven for something that isn't even their fault. And we've already seen in the pilot of Hazbin Hotel that the angels are literally massacring demons.
Yeah.
You could argue that they're demons, but still they're massacring, basically committing genocide. So That's my thought for how Heaven's gonna be turning out so far.
Yeah, I totally get that. And the other thing definitely is, it's weird, but the thing is that, I mean, some of these angels look kind of demon-like more so, and I'm not just saying that because that's Vivzi's art style. I'm saying that because of the fact that, I mean, look at the horns up here. I mean, yeah, there's a halo, but these are legit horns.
I can see that. Their horns are usually associated with devilish appearances. I've never seen them on angels before.
Yeah, and I think also maybe this could be a theory, but what if the angels that are specifically made for massacring the citizens of hell yearly, um, what if they are like people who like they barely like just squeaked by with heaven's standards and maybe they were considering sending them to hell, or basically they were this close, or maybe they got sent to hell, but Heaven decided to give them a second chance, not in the way that Charlie wants to give them a second chance, but just say, okay, you're going to work for us and we're going to have you slaughter these people in return for only just barely being good enough for heaven.
A theory I've always had about Vaggie is that of everyone in hell that we saw in the pilot, she seems the least asshole like, I guess. And my
Hmm.
one of my something that I've always thought about that is that she wields a spear, which we know are wielded by the angels in heaven. So my personal theory on her was maybe she was rejected from heaven for falling for a demon, which
Ah,
would explain
yeah.
why she has a weapon of the angels. That's just my personal theory. I don't know if it's going to be proven or not, but that's something I've always kind of thought might be likely for Maggie.
Yeah, I totally could see that too. I think it's definitely something where maybe the only thing that I would question is literally, is it that Vaggie was specifically up there originally? Like she was one of the original angels from however long ago when heaven was first created? Or was she just a regular mortal that went to heaven and then fell for Charlie? The thing is that like depending on what they do with that, they could make it really, really deep. Like she could be like 1,000 years old, but she still decided to fall for Charlie, even though she spent a majority of her existence in heaven. Like I wonder what they're gonna do with that if that theory turns out to be true.
Hmm. Another thing is too is that crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Duh. Another thing is too is that the thing about her being in heaven for a long time is that she has a definite death date. She specifically has been mentioned to have died in 2014.
Oh, okay. I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah, so she had to have been someone who died and went to heaven. But if that theory is correct, it's just a theory though.
Mm-hmm. A hill theory.
We could spend the rest of this video talking about Map Tab, but I don't think we're going to be doing that today. Oh,
Yeah, sad stuff, but we don't have the time to discuss that in full right now.
sadly, well.
But another thing, I was really excited for I feel like we got like an example of the musical numbers here with a very short kind of like ensemble one that reminds me of kind of like the what's it called, do you hear the people singing a song of angry men, sorry, but
Copyrighted, I think.
yeah, I only sung like one line. Don't come at me.
Don't come at me, Disney. Okay.
But the thing is that I think the Hell of a Boss songs I feel like are definitely just for fun songs. Even the sad ones have this kind of air of it's just specifically for um very much only the characters within that show and are not really meant to be like radio hits or whatever. Except for that one song that was in the second Fizzeroli episode. I'm a clown, bitch. Um, but yeah.
And also the music in Hell of a Boss, some of it feels like it's just there because they decided to make every episode a musical,
True,
which makes
true.
some of them feel kind of like they're just there because it's a musical number, so they need one. I'm wondering if Hell of a Bot Hazbin Hotel was going to be taking that more seriously though, because there was obviously a pretty interactive song in the first episode, and it looks like there's one here in the trailer. So is it going to take its status as a musical more or less seriously than Hell of a Boss?
Yeah, I wonder that too. I'm hoping it leans towards the more serious side because I mean, it sounded like it from the little snippets that we got, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want funny songs. Like, you can have fun, cool, ridiculous songs, but I also want to have a good balance of that and the songs that you would like put on your playlist unironically.
Yeah.
I think also in terms of so I haven't of course spoiled myself or anything, but I've seen thumbnails of YouTube videos saying that Has-Been Hotel already has a rocky start. But the thing is that I'm not exactly sure if that's just the I'm not sure if that's overlap from people's disappointment with season two of Hell of a Boss or if it's genuinely just a rocky start. We'll have to get to that, of course, when we actually react to it, but I feel like this might be something that is a little more, oh, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna if it does have a rocky start, they're just going to use this as an excuse to say, "Oh, I told you so. Hell of a Boss sucks, so this is gonna suck too. I was right." But I feel like also if it turns out to be good or even just decent, I feel like this might be a situation where people might be more reluctant to admit its good points.
Yep. Actually, about that, something that I wanted to point out, and this is where things are going to get a little bit harsh. I will
Hmm.
admit that because of the. So I'm not going to go as far as to say that season two is Hell of a Boss sucks overall. Certain parts of it definitely do, but overall, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go that far. However, it's definitely downhill compared to season one. And because of that, I will admit that I'm not as optimistic about Hazbin Hotel for as I would have been before season two came out for that reason. I'm still just going to be judging it for what it is, but I'll admit that season two has kind of lowered my faith in Vivzy Pop's work a bit.
Hmm. And also I feel like that's a good way to look at it. And I feel like if we really do judge it for what it is, and also keep in mind that I've mentioned this to you before, Safira, but I haven't really said it online. Um, the thing is that I'm hoping that the product will be better because they've clearly had more time to work on this. Instead of like with Hell of a Boss, they seem to go based off of what characters are the most popular and they're just going along with the ride with things. But this in Has Been Hotel is actually a full planned out season one. So like this, I'm guessing it had a little more time to work out the kinks and work out the problems before going into the audience's hands, because I feel like Hell of a Boss probably really is a more go with the flow type of show. Try saying that 5 times fast. Um,
Yeah, that's a tongue twister if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, but it's definitely something where I feel like because they had more time to like edit to make changes to scripts or whatever, I feel like because this is on Prime Video and also them having more time, um I feel like I'm hoping it's going to be better because of those factors.
Here's hoping. Yeah, something else that I was going to wait to bring up until we reacted to more of season two is that I remember hearing that they're putting less time and work into Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. It shows. Season two just screams rushed, and I'm really hoping that Hazbin Hotel doesn't have that same vibe just in the first season.
Yeah.
Because if it does, we're starting on a very bad note.
Mm-hmm.
We've had this long to wait though, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't even remember exactly hold on. When was the date of the last one? I'm gonna look it up. I think it was like a
For
month.
Hell of a Boss,
Yeah, I
I think
think it
I think it
was
was before. I think it was before Christmas.
yeah, yeah. And so like about like a month and a half maybe ago. Let me just look it up. Hell of a Boss. Okay. So if we look at specifically that's no, that's the wrong one. Uh going down, going down, going down, going down. Uh oh look, it's Girl Blitz.
I've
Cute.
seen those gender bending ones before. Yeah, people just love gender bending characters for some reason.
Okay, yeah. 2 months ago.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping because like you said, since they're taking a bit longer with whatever episode is coming next for Helava, I'm hoping that it'll be like a soft reset for the series, hopefully.
here's hoping. Yep.
Also, I definitely think that back if we go to the pilot itself for Hazbin, it should be in the related videos or somewhere. Um, Let me just go to the Vizzy Pop channel. Um, this is basically something where, hush. Um, this would also be
We're not talking about you right now.
this would also be something where, I mean, if we look at the plot synopsis right over here to the right, I literally think that since it says Charlie's main goal of reducing overpopulation in hell, right? But the thing,
That was mentioned in the pilot too. Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is that if we click read more, the thing is that if we go to more, it also it also mentions that the radio demon reaches out to Charlie to assist her in her endeavors. Her crazy dream is giving a chance to become reality. That makes it sound really optimistic, of course. But I mean, the series trailer on Prime Video makes it seem a lot more like Alistair is just there to sabotage. And let's talk about Alistair's character for a bit. Where do we think this is going to go with him in the series?
Oh, it's hard telling. Like, is he going to actually be supportive of Charlie's goal for the whole season, or is he going to become the main antagonist later on? I don't think we have enough information to determine that for sure yet. It looks right now from the trailer that it's the former, but I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of twisted himself later on.
Yeah. I think also definitely it's something where I feel like since we did see a small snippet, it was like a very like 2 frames of animation, but it was definitely something where we did see Charlie's dad, like we saw Lucifer. Um and the thing is, I'm hoping that Lucifer is going to be a bigger character. What I wonder is if him and Alistair are eventually gonna like switch roles in terms of how they support Charlie or if they support Charlie at all. Because I feel like season one would probably be too early to have a huge success in the business. But I mean, we might get that as a season finale. I don't know. Um, but I think it would be really cool if we saw a switch between them in terms of maybe Alistair gets fed up with Charlie and then ditches and becomes an antagonist while Charlie's father, Lucifer, actually starts to support her or vice versa. I don't know.
Based off of what we know about Charlie's father, I think that's a long time coming if it does happen.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting theory. I do want Charlie to have some kind of interaction with her parents at some point in this show, like aside from the unanswered phone call in the pilot, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And I think also, and be sure you guys to comment on this kind of thing in the YouTube video because I feel like I would love to hear fellow fan out people talk about what their expectations and theories are for the characters. But I know specifically in terms of what we've said already, I'm hoping that when the focus is on Charlie, I mean, which is going to be a majority of the time, she is the main character. Um, but the thing is that I'm really, really hoping that we get growth from her in the sense of not just combating her naive side, but also really getting more to her than just the hotel because I feel like, don't get me wrong, that should be her main thing, but her main priorities shouldn't define her character in terms of learning more about her personality, her relationships in hell. I don't want it to be just something where when you think of Charlie, all you think about is the hotel and nothing else. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there should be more to her than just her running the hotel. But going on to Hell of a Boss for a little bit, I just realized something.
Hmm?
We see the description for that first Hazbin Hotel pilot, and I don't remember if the Hell of a Boss pilot had this as well, but the episodes in particular I remember have like for Hazbin Hotel, we have this huge description. Well, not huge, but it's a description. Whereas Hell of a Boss's episodes are just something, 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 things happen. They're very brief in comparison. So
True.
that, I think that's further evidence of how much less time is going into Hell of a Boss. Because not saying that the description itself says a lot about what the actual episode is. That's like saying that the whole book can be determined by what's written on the back. But
Mm-hmm.
that was just something that I just now noticed. And I don't, like I said, I don't remember if the Hell of a Boss description was longer, but I remember the episodes, at least in particular, have much shorter descriptions.
Yeah. And I feel like I mean, at least at the beginning, when it came to Hell of a Boss, at the beginning of season one, it was supposed to be more episodic, like with little rewards here and there for people who cared about continuity. But then season two, like, went full on continuity. And the thing is that I feel like those shorter descriptions for the episodes, um, I feel like that conflicts a lot with what Hell of a Boss is trying or attempting to be. And I feel like it's something where I'm hoping like with the descriptions for the Has Been Hotel season one episodes that they're gonna be brief but actually really give us some insight into what's going to happen in the episodes because that's gonna make it feel like it's more cohesive from episode to episode, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and also, I think there was, if we go to a certain point in the pilot, I'm trying to find it right now. Oh, here it is. Um, So this is the picture with like all of the overlords and things like that. I mean, we see a lot of characters here, right? We already know about Vox. I'm guessing, I'm not sure if this character down here, was like an early version of Stolas or,
I've heard say that it might be, but it doesn't explain the two heads on the other one.
yeah, I feel like maybe these are just relatives of Stolas, like they're associated with him in some way, but like
That could be.
maybe I don't know. But we already know Vox, but we haven't seen the top character in terms of like this person with like almost like the plant-like uh faces and stuff like that. We haven't seen that character yet. We haven't seen this lady on the top left.
Unlike
Um
Lilith, it looks kind of like her.
yeah, it does kind of look like Lilith. Um but then
Or is Lilith
beyond
or though?
huh?
Or is Lilith considered an overlord though? Or is that?
I mean, I would think she would be even higher than that since she would be like second in command in terms of being right next to Lucifer.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because unlike most like fan-made charts I've seen, it usually goes like the top three are always in this order. Lucifer, Lilith, Charlie. Like that's just what I've seen.
Mm, that's fan theory, though. I
True,
love
true.
fan interpretations.
I think also I'm gonna pause on this face because we have to. Come on, do it.
Is that on the right spot? Video.
That's a cute angel face, I'm sorry. Uh,
That is.
come on, give me the face. Give me the meme.
The struggle is real.
Very real. Okay, I'm just gonna play it and pause it on the part. Yeah, go ahead and do your thing, Angel.
Control. This is happening on Rock Candy's screen.
And what can you do, my effeminate fellow?
I can suck your dick.
Yay!
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Anyway, I felt like that was
Supreme
a
is on there for so brief that I never actually noticed that he holds that before.
yeah, like literally like this needs to I'm surprised this isn't like just a general standalone image more in like the meme community, but
Just
like
like a vulgar reaction meme or something like that.
yeah. I mean, the thing is that we're just gonna stay on this screen for the rest of the video so we can
Anyway,
share the
enjoy the
enthusiasm.
face.
We'll share the enthusiasm of Alistair and the partial dread of what might be coming. But I believe the only other thing I wanted to mention was I'm really hoping this is another personal theory of mine, but oh boy, that sorry. I had to close the door because Gertrude, my dog, was trying to get in. Um
I don't know if you guys could hear my dog Smokey barking outside, but she's been pawing at the door because I had to close the door so we could do this. So we're both
yeah.
having options.
Um, but basically, this is going to be something where, in my personal opinion, I feel like this is going to be something that comes in. I won't like curse the show if it doesn't happen or anything, but my prediction and theory is the idea that, I feel like it might be one of those, not exactly, I don't want to say formulaic kind of shows, but oh my God, what is happening in the background? Someone's doing something. I'm sorry if you hear buzzing.
That might be the door getting shoved on because I think Smokey's pawing at the door trying to get in.
Oh, I meant my background. Like someone's doing something out right outside my door.
Oh,
Um,
your background.
sorry about that. But if you hear buzzing, then that's on my side.
And
The
if you're
thing
pounding
is,
on my side.
the thing is, I'm hoping that specifically with the sinners that we see come into the hotel, I want, I'm not saying we need to go through in-depth backstory with every single one of them, but I want to see a variety of backgrounds. I want to see a variety of experiences and not just always the embittered, sinner that doesn't believe in the cause and is just trying it out for the hell of it, you know? Um, and I feel like this is going to be a situation where there's got to be at least a couple of characters that want to try out the hotel because they do have hope for redemption. And also, there's the sinners that do come in and pass through the hotel. Like, I'm not saying they have to get it right on the first try and help them get into heaven on the first try, but there's got to be some sort of idea of progress in the show so it doesn't feel stale. So it has to have my theory is, in a nutshell, that each episode is going to have a different sinner come in and say or do something within the confines of the hotel, and maybe here and there we might take a brief episode break outside of the hotel to tend to some other business, but the main episodes will be about different sinners coming in, and it should be a variety of sinners that maybe they're there for unfair reasons for or reasons that they personally disagree with that are actually valid, not like the guy in the Hell of a Boss pilot that said he killed his wife and he doesn't understand why he's in hell. Um, but basically it's something where I feel like there has to be a variety of sinners, is what I'm saying. And I'm hoping that, or I'm theorizing that each episode is going to have a different sinner, and then we might come back to certain ones that actually are making progress later on.
I think something that I think might be a common theme too is that we might be focusing on Angel's rehabilitation a bit. And I noticed that during one of the scenes, Angel was back at the porn studio with Valentino. Not sure what that's gonna mean. Like, is he going to be going back to cover it up, or is he going to be sneaking away on occasion? Not sure about that. We saw
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb drop by at 1.2, and was that Serpentius that was in that ending sequence?
Yeah, that was him. I think
I think dead.
yeah, I thought he was dead too. Um,
I wasn't
well,
the only
not
one.
dead, but at least severely injured enough that he would not want to go back to that hotel. Um, but the thing is, I feel like it was something where he's definitely gonna be like the Doofenshmirtz type of villain of the show that's sometimes gonna be good and
Probably.
sometimes gonna be bad.
And
Um,
Alistair will be his Perry the Platypus.
I highly doubt that, but it might be something where
Alistair the Platypus couldn't resist.
oh my gosh, now I got the theme song stuck in my head. Um, but it's definitely going to be something where I feel like what you mentioned about angel dust, um basically it's going to be kind of like I do want him to be a main focus too, definitely. And I agree with the fact that seeing him like in different settings in the trailer for season one of Hazbin, it definitely feels like he's gonna be going back and forth sometimes, but at the same time, like that could be a great overarching, like multiple season storyline. And I feel like that could have just so much potential. But also we got to keep in mind that literally since Vivzy said or announced at some point that like the Hell of a Boss pilot isn't canon, I'm not gonna expect a whole lot of stuff to translate over from the pilot for Hazbin Hotel to the actual series.
I wouldn't mind seeing crossovers from like occasional Hell of a Boss visitings. The problem with that though is that the only setting here is the Pride Ring. We can't have other deadly sins in Hell of a Boss or in Hazbin Hotel, but presumably since the imps are working with sinners, they're also in the Pride Ring, so we could be seeing something of them at some point.
Even just like a background gag would be nice just to start out with, but definitely I feel like this is something that I mean we saw like kind of like the concept designs for like Blitz and Luna in the pilot for Hazbin Hotel in the background. So I mean, maybe they might use those designs. I don't know. But I do feel like anything is possible, but I'm gonna treat like Hazbin Hotel as the series as its own canon for now. Like that's just loosely based off of what the pilot gave us. I could be totally wrong, and Vivzy might surprise all of us in the fact that maybe she makes things very, very similar, if not identical. But I'm just gonna be open-minded about it, you know?
Yeah, me too. We haven't seen any of it yet. We only have the trailer, the pilot, and the Addicts video and the comic to go off of, so not a whole lot of canon material. So I say just wait and see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else you want to mention before we sign off?
I think I've pretty much mentioned everything that I wanted to say.
All right. Well, I think I've mentioned everything I wanted to say too, and we will look forward to, of course, reacting to the first episode when it comes out.
Or will
I'm
we? Who knows?
yeah. I'm actually not sure if they're gonna release like the full first season first, or if they're just gonna do
That's what
like
I was.
episode weekly, you know?
That's what I was wondering. It sounded like they were just going to release them all at once, but they could just go with the weekly route. I don't know. I'll just have to find out, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So signing off, this is the Fanouts, Bobby, Safira, and Rock Candy. Um, we're hopefully gonna get Bobby on for the rest of the reactions for Hell of a Boss soon. But maybe if she watches Hazbin Hotel on her own time, we will discuss things with her too.
Or we'll decide all three of us to meet up. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Gotta stop the screen share. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And other than that, signing off for now. Bye.
Bye.